Hello and welcome back to this Trails in the Sky 3rd chapter Let's Play with me, jrpg. In the last episode we defeated Lal, the Grilsritter, but then we were told that the scenic route had ended, but I was going to head that way and wait outside and then go forward, but a cutscene has arrived as soon as we left the thing. So, hey, where did the warp circle go? Oh, what? Well, that's foreboding. Actually, thinking about it, it's possible this door was there in the first and the warp appeared later and took its place. That would make sense. Feels like we should do this one first, though. All this is one and one is all. All begins with one, and in the end it returns to one. Only when you have released all of the other doors shall this one open. Okay. We're bloody well close to that, it must be said. We've got all of the moon. 14 is here. What am I missing out on? Actually, I know how we can look. Let's use the cube. And look here. There's one more star door, it appears, that we're missing. But we'll come back for that. Right, let's restore our HP. Use this to return to the 6th plane. To the epic scenic route. And make our way. This way. I don't really want to battle, but I suppose I will. Let's just use this to get it over with. Easy money. There we go. Josh still is a fair amount of level behind everyone else, but I suppose that shouldn't matter that much. Come on. We just want to see you guys away. Leave, please. Right, 1, 2. 3 there. Hey, and this is the one that we came from currently, so I will see you once we get to that place. So I think we're almost there. It should be up here, right? It's up here? Wrong one. Oh god, where the fuck am I? This thing always messes me up. That's the way I came from, I think. Or is this the way I came from? Is it this the way that I need to go? I think this might be the way I need to go, but we get a preemptive attack anyway, so...
Alright, what's next?
I thought it was close. No, okay. Jesus Christ. Okay, we're here. Let's head on in. Missed? Well, once again, we're in for some fun times ahead. No telling what it could be. We'll just have to walk through here. Just take a deep breath and step inside, I guess. Let's fucking go. As I'm no doubt, we're gonna end up somewhere really fucking awful. Where? I knew it. Where are we now? It doesn't look like our Royal Villa, at least. No, you're right. Oh god. Isn't this the church's emblem? Kevin. Welcome to Esther House, the place where Reese, Rafina, and I grew up together. As there we go, we defeated the Guardian Trials achievement. Let's save here. And then let's have a look at what's going to be coming up for us in the start of next chapter. Distant Flames, Chapter 7. Asta House. Sorry guys, the frame rate seems to have gone a bit weird. I'm gonna try and see if I can change that. Right, let's see. This is only a copy of Asta House, yes, but it looks so... Yeah, I can barely bring myself to accept it's not the real thing. Everything filled from the earth underfoot to the smells in the air, just like the real thing. Yeah. So, this is where you two grew up. Judging by the emblem of the entrance, I take it this is a facility operated by the Septine Church? That's right, it's called a Gospels facility. Think of them as a cross between an orphanage and a monastery. I see. So it means you're... Well, no reason to dance around it, so yep, I'm an orphan. And how I came here is a story best saved for another day. Feels weird being back here again, though. It's been about 5 years. 5 long years. Well, anyway, we're bound to find some kind of clue as to how to get to the Sun Plain somewhere in here. You guys up for having a look around the area with me? Yeah, let's go. Okay. It's still doing a weird thing with the FPS. What's happening? Why are you doing this to me, game? What's this room? It's the living room where we used to have all of our meals. Just don't make the mistake of thinking it was a warm place like Mercia. The matron here was a stubborn old sister who was strict as could be. Every mealtime we had to pray so much that our stomachs had given up on getting fed by the end of it. We even got yelled at for the tiniest thing. Sounds like what you'd expect from a church-run orphanage, though, I suppose. You deserved it all, in my opinion. You never did as you were told, or caused her nothing but grief. Okay, I admit that's probably accurate, but still. Interesting. And it's also interesting that Ren is keeping rather quiet. As you can probably guess, this is right here's the kitchen. This is where the older children of the facility did the cooking. It was one of Reese's favorite places to sneak into whenever she had a hankering for some food. Kevin! There's a sight I can hardly imagine. How cute. Please don't take everything he says at face value. Well, anyway, this was Raffinia's turf back when she was still here. She'd always be out here around mealtime making food for me, Reese, and the other kids. After all she left, Reese and I took over her position. That brings back memories. Of course, then you left too, leaving me to handle it all alone. Ugh. The mere thought aggravates me. In fact, you should probably whip up something right now to make up for your selfishness. Yes, ma'am. I'll make you something later. The only thing less reliable than a promise with later attached to the end is one said about you by you. I'm not going to get my hopes up. Man, no faith in me, huh? Funny. Interesting. The frame rate issues seem to have stopped here at least. Let's check upstairs. This was Metroid's room. No one's here now though. Yeah. By the way, Rise, how was the matron these days? She's fine. Her injuries weren't lasting. She hasn't had the energy she used to have ever since retiring, unfortunately. She really wanted to see you again, Kevin. She did, huh? There we go. There's the kids' bedroom. I slept here back when I was first taken in before graduating to the boys. You never really did mix well with the other children. Rafinia had such a hard time trying to get you to make friends with them. It was a real ordeal for her, you know. Yeah, I know. It was like a little hedgehog. I didn't want to let anyone get near me back then. I feel sorry for anyone who had to put up with me. Still amazed you even bothered trying to be friendly. I knew you were only playing tough. Like that time Rafinia and the chocolate. Stop it. We're not hearing that story here. I'm really curious. Maybe. This is the boys' bedroom, where I slept until I was about 10. Technically, boys and girls weren't supposed to be in each other's rooms. That never stopped Reese here from doing it all the time, though. What he neglects to mention is that it was his fault I did so. What else was I to do when he slept in every morning when he was on cleaning duty? Well, you could have just knocked on the door until I got up. But then I'd disturb the other boys who were sleeping, which would be unfair. They weren't the ones shirking their duties. It was 100% your fault. Fine, whatever you say. There we go. The girls' room. Here's the girls' bedroom. Place where Rafinia spent her night. Same as you too, Reese. I used to sleep with her from time to time. Her bed was always cozy, smelled really nice. It was much nicer than sleeping on my own. After she left her bed became mine. Bet you were jealous.
You bet. At the time, I was at the time, I'll admit.
Oh, I thought you'd be a little bit more flustered than that. Shouldn't have bothered saying anything.
Give me a break.
There we go. So, we've seen all of the rooms here. So now we head into the chapel. Door doesn't have a key on. Why won't it open? The side entrance only opens from the inside. We can't get in there.
Yeah, if we want to get into chapel, we're gonna have to go through the throne.
Okay, let's check there isn't anywhere else to go around here. Frame rate's returned to normal, which is nice to see. Door is locked.
Figures.
Is it locked?
Yeah. Well, whatever. We can keep poking around.
What am I meant to be doing? Oh, the well. There's an empty well.
We used to get our drinking water out of here. We had no fancy opal pumps either. We had to use good old-fashioned bucket with a string attached. It was a nightmare.
Tell me about it. We would go out in winter mornings, come back with our hands numb and red raw. But looking back on the whole experience now, it was fun in its own way.
Yeah, I guess it was.
Doesn't sound very fun to me. Jeez. There must be more in this area to have a look-see at. What am I missing? What am I missing? Am I missing something? What am I missing? It's the empty well. This is where we grow our food. Okay, let's head back into here and then see what everyone has to say. What am I missing, guys? Where would the key be? The key would be in the matron's room, probably, right? No, okay. I'm evidently missing something, but I can't for the life of me figure out what the fuck it is. I'm gonna have a wander around and see what's happening. I have no idea. Okay. Okay. There's no sign of anything in here. At last hope seems to be the chapel, so it seems. What is it, Kevin?
Hey, Reese, you were the one responsible for cleaning the chapel that day, right?
What day?
On Esther's house's final day, when Raphenia died.
Oh, you don't think...
That was what I was told when I went to visit the Metron afterward, at least. Well, were you?
Yeah, I was. Why?
I thought so. Check your pockets, Reese. Pretty sure the chapel's key's in one of them.
Huh?
Oh, brass key. Found the chapel key.
It can't be. That makes sense. Just another manifestation of this world's ability to make thoughts into reality.
Honestly, I wasn't sure you'll find it in there. But in all other areas of this plane, there's always a reason to take the person we needed with us. It's just to show you that you really were meant to come here, Reese.
But... as disbelieving I am, this is definitely the chapel key. Suppose all we can do right now is try and go inside.
Yeah.
And we need to be careful, because I have a feeling it's probably going to be something incredibly bad.
Before we go in here, Reese, there's something I should warn you about. Once you step through the door, there'll be no turning back. You're going out to find the truth about what happened that day. All of it. And you won't like it. Are you sure you're ready for what I'm about to find?
Fuck it! Use key! I'm more than ready. After these years, I've never been quite able to accept what happened there.
and the life I thought I was suddenly come to an end, with all of us getting moved on to other places, and I don't really know why. I even tried to come back here just before the beginning of my training to become a squire, but it had already been demolished. I'm ready for a long time. I want to know the truth. And more than anything, I feel like knowing that will let me get closer to Rafina and you.
Okay, let's head on in then.
Right.
Kevin, shouldn't the rest of us stay outside for now? No, I actually prefer if you came in with me. This is relevant to you guys, too, in a sense.
Weird game. Very odd.
It started 5 years ago. A Jaeger Corps someone had hired took this place over out of nowhere. By now, you must have remembered how... You do remember that day, where you say? Just so I know.
I just remember a group of men in black forcing their way through the gate and charging in here. They tied everyone up and took the matron up to the second floor, and then...
The next thing you knew, you were in a bed in the hospital in town, right? Which after you found out that Rafina and I had come to rescue everyone, and that she died in the process. That about right?
Mm-hmm. Just what happened, Kevin. All I've heard is it was the work of someone who opposed the church, but I haven't had a chance to meet you since then, much less ask you about it. I tried asking Instructor Selnate, but she wouldn't say a word.
That doesn't surprise me. The Grilsritter commander can't admit this orphanage was being used as a smokescreen for an artifact they needed sealing away.
It what?
Here we go.
A secret passage, huh? Wait, is there an artifact here you don't mean?
Yep. Below where the primal ground used to seal the artifact way, just like the one under Grancel Church. I'm sure you remember. The day it happened, Rafina and I were due to come back to visit here for the first time in a while. We were both coming from different places we'd been sent, so we wanted to meet up in town and come the rest of the way here together. But then her train was delayed, leaving me in town to wait for her alone. And then I got word of what happened. All I could think was that you and the other kids were in danger, so I decided to try and take out the Jaegers here alone. They weren't at all experienced, so fighting them wasn't even that hard for a squire like me. Before long, I was able to disable them all and free them the Metron and the other kids. And so I thought, you were nowhere to be seen. I asked the other kids where you were. Then one of them said the unicorns had taken you somewhere else and that you were unconscious. I looked frantically all over to try and find you before eventually stumbling across this place. As for how, you remember how you didn't have your ribbon in your hair when you woke, you say?
I do. What does that have to do with anything?
I found that ribbon in front of a secret passage we've just gone through. And there were new footprints near it too. Made it easy to find the entrance.
Oh.
Anyway, after getting in here, I made my way down to the staircase in pursuit of the Jaeger that had taken you. Hey Rise, do you remember what I was like back when you first met me?
Yeah, I was still young at the time, but it's as fresh as if it was only yesterday. You looked like you'd been swallowed by blackness, like there wasn't a single thread of hope bound to you. It was scary. I kept wondering what must have happened to you, why you must have seen it make you end up that way.
Well, what happened to me, huh? Rafina seemed like she knew. Before I met you, I killed my mom.
Huh?
Maybe killed isn't the right expression. It's not like I directly did it, but I let her die. I still got responsibility for what happened. Growing up, it was basically me and my mom for the most part. My father showed his face from time to time, but not that much. From what I understand, he had another family elsewhere. But even without him, she did her best to look after me on her own. I loved her dearly. Kids in the neighborhood used to make fun of me for how I talked, which I got from her, but I just beat them up most of the time. She was always kind. She loved cooking. Yeah, I thought the world of her. When I was 7, my father, who had all the money in the world, chose to abandon her.
At the test of time, she was always a frail person, and after that she grew more and more despondent. Her health suffered. I tried everything a kid could do to cheer her up, but nothing I did worked. And then during one of winter's days, she must have finally had enough. She came over while I was sleeping and tried to strangle me. Fuck me. I'm so sorry, Kevin. I failed as your mother. But I'm so tired. I'm so tired. At least this way. This is dark, spoiler warnings. At least this way the two of us can. I guess she figured that if we were both going to suffer, we might as well take the easy road 8 way out as a family. But I wouldn't let her take me with me. Before I knew what I was doing, I pushed her aside and ran barefoot into the snow. I wandered around for a while, and after that, I couldn't understand what happened or what she'd been trying to do. Eventually, I could feel myself getting hungry. I thought that maybe she'd be able to clear her head. I made my way back home, nervous as can be, and... Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry for making you listen to all this. Still, I think that's probably when it happened. When my stigma was carved inside me. What? Big up to Sir David. Let's go. Where are we? Who would have thought a place like this existed underneath an orphanage? Oh, this is where I finally caught up with the Jaeger who had you with him. He probably didn't think anyone was gonna come after him. The second he saw me, he panicked, putting his gun down. He ran over to this pedestal right in front of us. And it was the artifact that required the sealing away, as I mentioned earlier. The Spiralola. What's the Spiralola? A magnificent spirit that transforms the body of its wielder into that of a monster. It's hard to believe something like that could be a gift from a goddess, right? In any case, the corner Jacob grabbed it and used it. I didn't stand a chance. As much as I tried, I wasn't any match for the inhumane monster before me. It knocked me to the ground and then went to raise his spear against the still unconscious you, and that's all it took. My stigma drew all the spear's power from it into itself, and blasted it, magnified countless times over into the Jaeger's body. The result wasn't even a battle. Our precious home had become a slaughterhouse. By the end, he wasn't even recognizable, just thousand lumps of flesh strewn all over the floor. After defeating him, my stigma's powers went coursing through my body. I've never experienced anything like that before. I'd lost complete control of myself. At the point Raphina arrived, she seemed to understand exactly what had happened. Using her bowgun and Templar sword, she was able to separate me from you and prevent me from doing you any harm. And then... Oh, Kevin killed Raphina? What? 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 I did not see that coming, holy shit. When I returned to my senses, I was in her arms, dumbfounded. Her body was full of holes all over, but she hugged me as tightly as she could. That's when she drew her last breath. No. There it is, the truth you wanted. If I couldn't save Raphina, I was the one who killed her. With my own hands, right in front of you. But you didn't. I didn't want to. Maybe not, but that's just an excuse. I've been able to control my stigma's power instead of letting it consume me and fill me with bloodlust. It wouldn't have happened. If I wasn't so weak, she'd be alive today. That's not all either. Looking at her standing before me at the last moment, she reminded me of my mother. She reminded me of Mum when she came to strangle me. Suddenly, this feeling of betrayal welled up inside of me, the desire for revenge. So I filled her full of spears. I loved them both. I wanted to protect them both. And what did I do? I killed them both. Me.
Why did you...
Why did I what?
Why did you not tell me this before? 5 years apart, and this is the first time you're telling me this?
Sorry, I know I should have done it earlier. And now I have, and I'm ready for the consequences. So go on. You want revenge, or do it. If anything, it would make me happy if you did.
You're so stupid! What are you? You think I want to avenge her? That's not why I'm angry at all. Why have you shouldered a burden that great all this time on your own? We're family, Kevin. Why didn't you ever talk to me? Why didn't you ever let me hug you? Why didn't you let me do anything to help you? Rise. I finally understand. I always thought you were hunting down her heretics as some kind of atonement for letting Rafinha die. And that's not it at all, is it?
Come on, Rise.
I finally understand. You don't want to atone for anything. You don't want to get rid of your sense of guilt at all. You...
That's right, he wants to be punished for what he did.
The Lord of Phantasma. So this is what they look like, huh?
Congratulations on making it this far. Beyond here lies the seventh plane. Place of my birth, the foundation of all planes hereafter. Thought so. And judging by how we have to go through here to get there, I was right, wasn't I?
Right about what?
Allow me to ask you once again. So, Kevin Graham, do you really want to see the face beneath this mask? Damn right I do. It's time that creepy mask thing show us who you really are. Rafinha Argent.
With pleasure. Rafinha!
I've missed you dearly, Reese. As for you, Kevin, I'm impressed you were able to walk out my real identity. It wasn't hard, I had a feeling from the start. The answer was right in front of my face the whole time, and your every turn should have made that so much more sense. The only reason I couldn't be until now was because I didn't want to accept the truth.
Quiet, you are always a weakling. I can imagine how surprised I was when you were able to defeat my strongest knight.
You talking about the Blade Lord? What connection does he even have to you anyway?
I met him through my work about 6 years ago. We were enemies at the time, but we managed to reach a compromise of sorts. And then he felt he owed me a debt for as much.
Alright, so you ended up summoning here in order to have him repay you? The crafty move, but that's not so out of character for you.
Flattery won't get you anywhere with me. Still, now you've made it this far, I assume you understand what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, and I'm ready. Take me away.
Wait, what are you talking about? I wouldn't have worked. Would have thought you worked the answer. Would have thought you worked the answer for that already, we say. Do you recall what I said before? Kevin wants to be punished. Then you. I was born here in order to give him a punishment he strives for with his every breath. And it was to that end I created Phantasma and its current form and welcomed you all here. All of this was the result of Kevin's desires. He wanted this to happen. You're lying.
Sorry, she isn't. I couldn't tell you why it's all actually happened, but what she says is true.
No.
The seventh plane is like a symbol made for this express purpose, and the purpose to punish me over and over. A fitting hell for someone who let his own mother die and killed Rafinha to suffer and rot. And once I'm dropped down there, this'll all be over.
You can't be serious, Kevin. I suppose it makes sense. I can't understand why.
Oh, interesting. Rise?
What do you think you're doing, Rise? It's not a very nice thing to do to your sister. Shut up! You're not my sister. My sister would never do something like this. Never.
Rise.
You promised me, Kevin. You promised me that you'll never do anything that would make Rafinha sad. So what do you think you're doing? How can you believe sacrificing yourself for everyone to make her happy?
Rise, stop.
Who are you to say it wouldn't? I might not be the real Rafinha, but I'm a very close copy. If Kevin wants to be punished, why wouldn't I give him his wish? Because that's not how Rafinha was at all. She'd never indulge something like that. Not in 1,000 years. Ugh. Think back to when you first met us, Kevin. You'd given up on the world, just like you wanted to disappear. But did she let you do that? No. She forced chocolate down your throat and dragged you right back into the real world, even when you didn't want to, whether you liked it or not. Well, this is a surprise. You've grown a lot more than I was expecting to if you're able to talk back to me. Stop talking to me as if you're my sister. You're not, and I won't stand for you defiling her memory. Well, if you want to do things, perhaps I should invite you to Kevin's place. Me? No. The rest of you can stand by and watch. It's the evil eye. Just like the one the devil used. Rise, stop this, Raphenia. She's got nothing to do with any of this. No, but she has. Consider this another part of your punishment. After all, if she suffers for your eternity in your place, then that's gonna make all your suffering all the more potent, isn't it? Please, go ahead and do your worst. Oh, Rise, drop me whenever you like. I'll live. Never going to let Kevin be alone again. I will come back to him. Fighting words, my sweet sister. We shall see whether you can make good on them. Kevin? Yeah! Alright. God damn. Hey, Rise, wake up. Kevin? You feeling okay? Any pain? No, I'm okay, I think. But why are you... I fell through the crack alone, so why are you... You big dummy. Me? Where are you thinking all that toning? Go ahead and do your worst. Drop me wherever you like, I'll live. And just how'd you know you'll live? Oh, right, you don't. But you're a squire, ain't you? A rookie like you with no experience or proper judgment has no business making calls that put her own safety at risk. If you can't promise to do that, if you can't promise to never do that again, then you and I both know you're not cut out to be part of the Grilsritter. That's probably what I should be saying anyway, but it'll be rich coming from me, huh? I'll let you off with that deep little bop there, huh? Look around us. This is it, the seventh plane. Wow. Gehenna. Of course. Gehenna. Yep, just like the Testament's brought to life. And I'm the one responsible for bringing it all. Oh. After all, there's only one place that's possible. It's Phantasma. And I don't know how Raphenia came back, but she did, with both memories and personality intact. And now I have a good fortune of being punished by the very people I wronged. I really couldn't think of a more fitting punishment for a bastard like me. Everything she said was dead on. More than anything, I want to be punished. I figured that by accepting that punishment, all of this would be done, and everyone else could go back to their lives. I thought I could be like her, sacrificing my own life so everyone else could be saved. But I think it wouldn't make me like her at all, would it? No. She might have given up on her life to save ours, but that wasn't because she was happy to throw her life away to protect someone else's. It was because she saw literally no other option. With me unconscious, she didn't even have the choice to retreat. There was no way out of the situation without one of the three of us losing our lives. That's the only reason she chose to do what she did. Yeah, she was never the kind of person who would praise self-sacrifice as some kind of virtue. She can only ever be accepted as the option if all the others have been exhausted, and it was truly the only way. Right, but this time, that's not the case. You're here, I'm here. All our friends are here. If you put our heads together, I'm sure we could have found another way out of here. One where no one would have to die. You must have realized that, and yet you tried to take it the easy way out, didn't you? I hate to say it, but I did, yeah. This is a pretty shameful thing for a Dominion to be doing, huh? See, I got no right to be criticizing you. I'm even less fit to be a knight than you. Still, standing around lamenting my own feelings isn't gonna get us anywhere. So if you're out for walking, let's get ourselves out of here. Come again? What you looking so surprised for? You didn't think I was gonna stay here and accept being punished for all eternity, did you? Well, either that or stay here and wait for Raphenia to show up again. Listen here, Rise. I'm not going to deny there's a part of me, a big part that wants to be punished for what I did.
although there's a part of me that was overjoyed to see Rafinha again. However, it never came to be. And I'm not alone down here. You're here with me, and I believe me, that changes everything. As long as you're here, I'm not staying in this hellhole a second longer than I have to. We're getting out of here, you and me, no matter what it takes.
Right. Interesting. Jesus Christ, I think this is a good place to say, if you've enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe. We'll go travel, go ahead and on. I did not see the Kevin twist coming. I hope that was real. But there you go, if you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace.